Welcome back, NTA fans. Today we are going to be doing the Master Achievement in Super Contra. Now, before we get started, let's get something clear. Get a turbo controller. I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you get it from. If you want to do this achievement, get a turbo controller. You will have less headaches and less stress with a turbo controller. The game, it's relentless. If you die in a certain level, like level 4, for example, you're stuck with a pellet gun and you have no chance whatsoever. With a pellet gun, though, with a turbo controller, though, you have a chance. Because even with a pellet gun, your turbo controller, it turns it into a super turbo gun. So you have a chance. And trust me, you're going to die in this game. And when you die, you're put in situations that are worse than Russian attack. You don't have a chance. You need a turbo controller to make this achievement easier. Doable without one? Yes, of course. But it's a hell of a lot better with a turbo. Let's get to it. Your weapon of choice for this achievement will be the missile launcher machine gun right here. You want this gun right here. And with a turbo controller, this sucker will destroy anything, even when it's not upgraded. It's almost like having an upgrade. It actually is better right now when you pick it up for the first time. If you have a turbo, as seen here, you see how it's going so much faster. If you can upgrade it, it still wouldn't be this fast, I don't think. But when you upgrade it and you still have a turbo, oh boy, you're in for some punishment there. Or the enemies are, I mean. So yeah, this is the gun of choice. You don't want the spreader. The spreader has a lot of flaws, and I won't get to them right now, but you definitely want this gun with a turbo. Make sure you shoot the power up right here, and it's going to go even faster. Stick to the left of the hole right here and jump straight up to take out the turrets to get to the blue exposed core. I recommend for this part, just book it. Just go straight ahead. Don't stop. If you stop, you're likely to get hit by bullets from these guys. Just continue to move forward. Don't lollygag around in this area. I mentioned the spreader's flaws before. This one, if you have a spreader in this level, it's going to be a lot more difficult because the spreader doesn't reach like this gun does. It might be more powerful, but it's just not a good overall weapon in this game, in my opinion. Make sure you pick up the shell right here. Don't pick up the spreader here. It spawns right here. And like I said before in my Contra video, picking up a power-up that you don't want is almost as bad as dying. It will lead to death if you don't have the right gun. If you go from this gun to a crappy gun like the laser gun, which is the worst gun in this game, then you're going to be screwed. Sometimes it's better just to restart if you screw up and get a power-up you don't want. Depends, of course, how good you're doing, but in most cases, you're screwed. Stay in the middle of the bridge here once it's clear and just book it. Don't stop. You might have to shoot a few like an enemy right there, but just stick to a straight line most of all. Wiggle real quick right here. Just shoot those two guys. And watch your 6, because these guys, they will keep coming at you. Make sure they're dead. Then use your shell right here on the boss. A few shots, he's dead. I hate this level so much. Level 3 is pretty much the... If you don't get through this level with your gun, just restart. It's just that bad. Level 4, it's just ridiculous. If you don't have if you die in this level, just restart. If you don't have a turbo, that is. If you have a turbo, though, you have a chance because you get. If one gun is like having two upgrades with a turbo. So yeah, you have a chance. You have a fighting chance even with a pellet gun. But if you die in this level and you don't have a turbo, just restart. You'll thank me later. It's just not gonna happen unless you have ridiculous fast fingers and I can't do it. Here's a random element right here. This mortar on the right will shoot at random like a spray. It's random. You just have to try to dodge it as best you can. Make sure you pick up that third power up right there as well. Now the spiders right here can be a nuisance. You have to know where they are. The first one, just shoot it on the ground right here. Now, you want to just kind of backtrack and jump over. Don't mess with these things too much. Now, this next one, don't shoot, because if you're likely to shoot that spreader and get it. So you have to kind of just exercise a little restraint and not shoot to get that power up. Now, I screw up on the boss here. Now, let me tell you something about this boss. I did it wrong. I want y'all to shoot it slowly. The slower you shoot it, the less slugs come out. I went crazy here and see all the slugs coming out. This is not the right way to do this boss, and I screwed it up. Now, if you shoot it slowly and stick to the left of the screen, you'll have a better chance of dealing with this boss without dying. But like I said, if you have a turbo controller, dying here, it won't really matter, because the pellet gun is pretty good with the turbo controller. And it'll get you at least far enough to get another upgraded gun in this level. The aliens in this level are relentless. They will kill you so fast. I do not recommend hanging around. Don't try to jump over their heads either. Most of the times it won't work. If you're jumping off of a ramp like that, then yeah, you might be able to pull it off. Make sure to pick up the missile launcher again if you lose one. You don't want to mess around with this boss too much. Just take him out as quickly as you can, shooting up at him. Watch your six, because these aliens are sneaky little bastards. I swear to God, they piss me off so much. You got to be so careful in this level. With a turbo, you can take a little more risks, but you got to watch. See how he's coming from behind? Oh boy, with a pellet gun, you don't have no chance unless you have a turbo. Now for this boss, you just shoot the egg sack as quickly as you can and get underneath him. And jump straight up. Take his ass out before he can do anything to you. Now, for this level, as soon as you start this level, you want to take the left-hand path here. Don't take the right path. You want to get the shell that spawns on the left here. And whatever you do, do not pick up the laser gun as the next upgrade. Or the other one is the grenade launcher. Don't pick that one up either. This is just bad. You want to keep this gun here for now. Try to save your shell for the wall at the boss, but I have never quite made it that far with the shell. I always use it on the walls that come at you right here. I recommend, if you just can't get through the wall, if you know you're going to die, just use it. And it'll destroy everything. This section is particularly difficult. I haven't really come up with a good way to do it yet. But I used the shell right here because I thought I was going to die. I probably would have. But you want to save it for this part right here. This wall right here. A lot of people can't seem to do this without dying, and I agree. This part is really bad. You pretty much just have to suicide and get right up next to it. You have a few seconds of invincibility to deal with him. Now for this boss, you want to stand right here. If you stand right here, he cannot hit you. The only thing that can hit you are those little fly things that come out of his mouth, and you can still shoot them from this position. But they will get loose at times, and they'll try to kill you. But you can pretty much deal with this boss very effectively from standing right here. Don't try to go for the brain yet. I recommend making sure these arms are dead first. Now, once the arms are dead, and see, he got away, so you got to make sure you don't get flanked like that. After you kill the flies, run up at just a few seconds now. You don't have much of a window, and then back up again. You gotta just have a time clock in your head to figure it out. Just as soon as he closes his mouth, go up there for a few seconds. Like I say, with a turbo, this is so much easier and less headache. Oh my God. There you go. And there you go. The master achievement. It can go to hell.